Today we're here with Billy. He's got nice, thick, wavy, curly hair. We're going to be showing an application of the Layrite Super Hold today into a nice side part, scooped up in front into an executive contour. First thing I like to do is obviously spray him down. Get some good water on there. Remember, the drier the hair, the stronger the hold. Best way to get a good part is there's two ways to do a good part. One of the ways is when you're parting someone, it's best to comb forward. And you can see kind of a delineation between the short hair here and the long hair on top. And all you really do is make a decision and grab one of those splits and pull it up. Grab another split, pull it up. Just using your eye and allowing the hair to look natural and straightforward. And always, it's kind of got a forward growth pattern. Allow that. If you find it, it'll lift and roll. But right now it's just water, so we're just looking for a nice, easy, casual part. That's kind of the rough part, and we'll fine tune that and we'll detail it as we go. Okay, so at this point, you got to make a decision. It's pretty wet hair, so at this point I'm going to go ahead and take some of that moisture out of there, just real lightly. Go ahead and work it up a little bit. We're going to go ahead and take a nice knuckles worth of the Layrite Super Hold. And today we're deciding to use Super Hold for the fact that he doesn't want any of the wave or any of the curl in the final comb. And that's what Super Hold does. Super Hold will straighten out this hair without any problem. And the first application is just that, a pretty fair amount, a full knuckles worth. And get that into the palm of your hand and then work it up. And it'll start, the friction will kind of break it out a lot. It's got a lot of tack. And I like to apply it with my fingertips real lightly. Take your time, and kind of brush, just like an artist would, as if painting a picture. Brush in the direction of the growth pattern. And at this point, sometimes if you have put the pomade in with too much water, and you're at home, it's best to just walk away and let the water naturally evaporate until you feel and get used to feeling the perfect amount of combination between the two. Once again, working this part, and now you're done with the rough part. We're going to get into that fine part. And once again, even if you want to start over again, kind of press here at the forehead and just kind of work it forward. Work it forward. Let that pomade do the trick. Now those lines are much more defined, much more easy to control. And you just go ahead and grab a separation, simple as that. And then just detail out some of those last little bits. Men's haircuts are all about the details. This pomade here is a tool that you can use to achieve the looks and let your client leave the shop feeling clean and well groomed. At this point, I'm still continuing to use the rough side of the comb. We'll transfer over to the fine side of the comb once we detail it even further. So really, comb all the way through the hair. Comb with confidence, comb completely. So at this point, I'm working around the crown of the head, really paying attention to how that part looks, needling out some of these smaller pieces, and working. There's no real rush. No real rush at all. A lot of times, if you have some flyaways, trail with your finger. Trail with your finger, and the lightest just bit of touch gets everything to sit. So if you trail with your finger, you can see a little too much, no good. You want it to sit up off the head, but you want a real uniform glide with the hair. And it's real light. It's a real super light touch. Come across the top. You worry about the front last. Don't even worry about anything else, the front, until everything else is to your liking. And this is where you really develop your professionalism and your eye each and every haircut, relentlessly. So at this point, I'm really liking what I'm seeing. He's got a great growth pattern, great head of hair. Everything's looking real good. At this point, I take the coarse side of my comb and just comb and whip. Comb and whip. Don't worry about nothing. Comb and whip. Comb and whip all the way through the hair. So once you kind of like the elevation, we're not looking for extremely high elevation here, just moderate emphasis to the front of the hair. You can see the curls are gone. The wave's gone. Straightening is there. And this is where the product's really nice. The comb is good, but really your touch is what really comes into play when you just shape and lightly put those ends down. Don't like it? Try it again. You don't need to always just rely on the comb, your hand and your touch. I'm flipping over to the fine side. These little hairs down here, you don't really want the big grains like you got. You want it to kind of just drape and fade. And now you're really watching, combing, and get a good look on that profile. So you just touch. Just touch. Sits. Never once did I fight the hair. You're an artist, and you know it. And I'll call that done.